Good afternoon, Renegade here with my favorite character, the Pharaoh Druid. Let's have a look at the talents of 8.1.5 PFA, which is best to use in Mythic Plus and which is best to use in Raiding. We start at the first tier. Predator is not valuable for any of them. Sabertooth is the way to go, and if you have really nice gear, it can be a good inspiration to try Lunar Inspiration, because it sometimes sims out a little bit higher, but overall you want to stick with Sabertooth. Then in the second trade you can use whatever you want. I normally always use wild charts, it's a nice extra movement, and because I also do some PvP and arena, it's pretty nice to have. Then in the third trade you just want to have balance efficacy, because it's the best. It gives you a little bit of damage increase because of the range, and it gives you a possibility to change if you need to move, and you will be still able to DPS. But sometimes in raiding you do want to go for the Guardian. If you don't have really good tanks, or when it's a hard fight or a new fight, you sometimes will be able to taunt off, to drop stacks for the main tank or the off tank. You will be able to jinx some things. We kind of used it on the first boss in Heroic to get it down the first time, because the tanks couldn't do a tank swap. Nowadays they just do it. And the restoration, yeah, not that great to be fair. Then we go on to the fourth top, Mighty Bass. It speaks for itself, it's a nice stun. To be fair, in raiding I would use Mass Entanglement, because for instance on Conclave it's very nice on the ads. But because I'm running some Mythic Pluses, I use Mighty Bass more often. Typhoon can be good in some situations, but I would stick with Mass Entanglement for raiding and Mighty Bass for mythics. Then we go on. Soul of the Forest on the moment is the best choice for raiding and for Mythic Plus. It gives the most damage out of it. Which is also a good option is Salvage Roar. If you can mini-max it out, it should sim out a little bit better. But with trying to play it, I find out Soul of the Forest is the best option for me personally. Salvage Roar can be very nice, especially on AoE fights. It sims out a lot higher there, but since we don't have a lot of AoE fights, so to say, I would stick with Soul of the Forest. Incarnation of the Jungle is purely PvP. They say on some fights that last really short you can use it, so if you're running normals for instance and you just want to clear them fast, but for any progression stick with Soul of the Forest. Also mythic, I would just stick Soul of the Forest. If we go to the second last trait, you have Blood Sense, which is nice but not at all good. Brutal Slashes for single target and for some AoE, it's very nice, but if you want to go purely AoE, Primal Wrath is the way to go. It just beats everything. If we do AoE fights, I will always back into this. All single target, Brutal Slashes for the win. In last rate, a Moment of Clarity. It is nice these days, but doesn't sim out the best, to be fair. I would stick with Blood Talents. It's a nice DPS increase. Do plan everything you have with it, so to say. So if you go and fight a boss, for instance, make sure you have all your other buffs on it, and then bleed, and keep those bleeds refreshed, and you will do the most DPS you can do. Other one always speaks for itself also. It's not the best in there. I would stick with Blood Talents all the way, to be fair. Stat wise, it is still Mastery number 1, to be fair. Critical Strike second. You also want a little bit of haste. I myself would aim for haste trinkets, or haste on you, so to say, so you can rotate it. This trinket is very nice for it, to be fair. It's a small nice heroism you have, and I try to always use it when Berserk is on off cooldown, so to say. Also What you wanna look at is the good traits. Sadly, I don't have all the S traits, so to say. You do wanna keep in mind that if you get the S traits, you will do a lot more damage than if you don't have it. I mean, I have a very nice item level, but because I don't have the traits, I can't out DPS some of them out there, but I'm doing decent these days, to be fair. Next week I will make a new guide, how you need to do the rotation these days, where you need to keep your mind to. So single target, AoE and mythics, because not all the things are the same. And that's it for now, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good one.